Taylor Sheridan officially crowns Kevin Costner's John Dutton replacement in Yellowstone. Warning: spoilers ahead for Marshals. Kevin Costner's John Dutton III is officially replaced in the Yellowstone universe. As the Dutton family patriarch, the actor was the face of Taylor Sheridan's neo-Western flagship series for most of its 5-season run. John III was the anchor of the story, coming from a long line of family who occupied the famed Montana ranch. While the series was technically an ensemble, all major storylines in the series either started with him or had some sort of ties to Costner's character. So, understandably, losing him was big. Per countless reports, Costner's exit from Yellowstone was due to an amalgamation of reasons, including scheduling conflict, as he also wanted to work on other endeavors outside the hit series. Once it became clear that the actor was not returning, Sheridan decided to end Yellowstone with the death of John III. Despite not having a physical presence in the series, his murder and legacy were motivating factors to how the series ended. Now, however, Sheridan has officially filled the void that the character left in Marshals. Thomas Rainwater fills the void left by John Dutton in Marshals. Post-Yellowstone, Case continues the Dutton legacy in Marshals, albeit with some changes in its storytelling. Luke Grimes' new path involves him being part of the U.S. Marshals on the heels of Monica's death, marking the first show from Sheridan on traditional broadcasting. Marshals is essentially a police procedural set in the neo-Western world that he created. Despite that, major storylines feature familiar themes and players, with Thomas Rainwater, the chief of the Broken Rock Indian Reservation, stepping into the shoes that John III vacated. Despite the death of the Dutton patriarch and the return of the ranch to the reservation, the problems plaguing the property persist in Marshals. With John III gone, it now falls on Rainwater's shoulders to make sure that the Montana landscape is preserved for the next generation, and he does that quite adamantly in the new CBS series. For what it's worth, this shouldn't be surprising. While they had their differences, Rainwater and John III had always been in line with how to handle the ranch. This was actually something that Thomas even pointed out when it was essentially sold back to them during the Yellowstone finale. How Rainwater's new role in Marshals impacts Case's future. It's safe to expect that this theme will continue to be a part of Marshals' storytelling as it goes along, especially as Case becomes a law enforcement officer with the U.S. Marshals. Looking back at the pilot, it made sense that both Rainwater and Mo had a positive reaction to the Dutton kid's new path, knowing full well that he is bound to be a protector, and they need that allyship moving forward. However, beyond continuing John III's fight to keep the property as pristine as possible, Rainwater also steps in to be Case's new father figure, especially considering Monica's death. While he has always had a good relationship with the Broken Rock chief, Yellowstone wasn't able to fully explore it because of his ties to John III, who was a looming presence throughout the Paramount Network series run. Now, Case and Rainwater's dynamic has the chance to be elevated as they start relying on each other. To say that Case had a complicated relationship with John III would be an understatement. While he mellowed down on his dad in later years, the show started with the pair being intensely at odds. Marshals can offer a parallel relationship for him, as it develops his ties to Rainwater.